So I was just looking back through old YouTube days, and I decided, hey, you know what? I'll revisit iDubbbz, see if he's uploaded any more content cops, some deputy cops. And I forgot about the Leafy one. This was around by the time I actually started, like, getting into um, the more colorful side of YouTube, I should say. Like, you had Filthy Frank back then, you had Max Mofo, um, the fucking cake trilogy. They were eating each other's vomit. That was fun. That was funny. Those are good times on YouTube. And I saw the Leafy response, and that got me thinking, wow, Leafy really used to be on the platform, didn't he? And I used to watch his videos personally. It was him and Pirates Nickel I watched back in the peak of commentary days. And what I noticed is how quickly things went downhill for Leafy the moment he showed his face. So I just kind of like pondered on that for a second. Am I under the influence currently while recording this? Perhaps, but it got me thinking. And people who say, "Hey, I don't fall in love in people or for people, based on appearance, is purely based on personality," but that's not true. That's not true because you can be the sweetest, kindest person in the world, but if you're like 700 pounds, you can barely move. There's moss just growing down your leg. Your skin's crackly like a fucking desert, the salt flats, if you will. Um, no one's gonna date you. They're gonna like have a nice time around you, yeah, but no one's going to date you. And I think saying, you know, um, oh, I don't base who I'm going to date off of looks at all. It is such a false statement. People, I think, who say that kind of stuff are either they mean well, they want to come off well because they don't really think all the way through what that statement actually means, or it's just people who want to come off as like these fucking saintly figures, like Mother Teresa, or like what was her name, Princess Diana, when she would be shaking hands with like HIV victims or patients. It was something like that anyway back in the 80s with AIDS and HIV. People like Danny DeVito, for example, like he's fucking amazing, amazing actor. He's funny as fuck. I love him. So, Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That's a really good place to really like watch him. I think that's the main place to watch him out of anything. Um, but yeah, someone like him, like yeah, we make memes and shit about like wanting to fuck Danny DeVito or date Danny DeVito with like dating simulators and shit like that. But if it actually came to it, I don't think that most people, be a really small portion of people who are just dedicated enough to do that. So I suppose the statement doesn't apply to everyone then, but at that point, is it even your human consciousness thinking, or is it something along the lines of, it's like Stockholm syndrome? You sort of kidnapped yourself into this person's circle without them even allowing you into it. You know everything about them, and it's just stalking at that point. You're breaking the law actively just to go out and like seek them out, to like catch a few clumps of hair, maybe steal something off their dinner table like a dirty fork, and then like cherish that forever. But for sane people, appearance still does matter when it comes to how liked you are as a personality, whether it be on a personal level, on a group level, or in Leafy's case, it was international level. He had fans all over the world, and he was skyrocketing back then. But the moment we got a view of his chin, the chin, it hurt him. It stung, and it was clear it stung from this response back then. I remember watching this, and it stung him. So he made a shitty response where he just kind of like memed on himself, but in a non-ironic fashion because he made himself look like a fucking idiot. Um, but yeah, that's kind of just all I wanted to speak about really. Um, Mixing up the content here and there, I guess you could say. But yeah, peace.